Welcome to the St. Ignatius College Prep College Fair. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. Each school will have 6 minutes to share information about the institution, but will be around for the entire session, so please ask questions. My name is Jessica, and I'll be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items. Know that your camera and your microphones are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. But you can use the Q&A button on your screen to type any questions to the presenters at any time. This is just one of the many sessions that we've had this evening, so you can definitely go and check out the website for other past sessions. And also, this one is being recorded as well as others, so you can watch them later. They'll be available at strivescan.com/Ignatius. So now I'm going to turn it over to our first presenter, University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign.
All right, good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here with us tonight. My name is Keena Griffin, and I'm an Assistant Director of Undergrad Admissions with the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. I'm also the Direct Admissions Counselor for St. Ignatius, so I'm really excited to be here with you all tonight. Now, the theme of our presentation is what we call the power of I, and that's all the ways that Illinois is going to help you harness your own power. Now, we're first going to start that with just a little bit of academic information about our profile, or about our school, and about our overall profile. Illinois is the state's flagship university. That means our priority is to serve the students and the families of the state of Illinois. And we're also the biggest university in the entire state of Illinois. You can see that our family has just about 34,000 undergraduate students with just over 52,000 total students on our campus. And we're also proud of the fact that our students are coming from all across the world. So we have the #1 most students of color in or amongst top-ranked Midwestern universities, as well as in the Big Ten. So we are really proud of the diversity that we have on campus. Our students come from every state in America, every corner of the state of Illinois, and 106 different countries across the globe. So you're going to get a global perspective with the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Now, with so many different students, we also need to have a lot of resources to be able to support those students. We know that #1 and number 52,000 have completely separate academic pathways, and every student in between will as well. So we offer over 150 different academic programs sorted into 11 different academic communities we call colleges. We are most well known for our Granger College of Engineering and our Geese College of Business, but really no matter what it is you choose to study, your degree is going to be highly respected from Illinois because of the opportunities you'll see inside and outside of the classroom. Now, the orange link that's on my slide here, the go.illinois.edu/majors link, is our Program Explorer. It will pull up the entire list of majors that's on our campus and allow you to select any major to see a detailed breakdown of what we do with the program, cost of attendance, review criteria, and those types of things. So I strongly encourage it. Now, like I mentioned, every degree is going to be highly respected because Illinois is the number 15 ranked public university in the entire country, and that's according to U.S. News and World Report. Throughout our history, we've had many influential alumni, so 23 Nobel Prize winners and 26 Pulitzer Prize winners have walked our campus at some point, either as students at one point in time or amongst our faculty. And we offer the highest return on investment in the Big Ten according to the magazine Pay Scale. Now, outside of the classroom is where we really start to shine. So you can see that there are huge opportunities in terms of internships and career pathways. Research, we are a Tier 1 research university, meaning our professors and faculty don't just teach, they're still actively engaged in their field, but their priority is to teach you. And then also study abroad programs are really expansive on our campus. There are over 400 trips going to more than 60 countries year in and year out. And you can see that with those career opportunities and internships, over 70% of our students by the time they've graduated have taken advantage of some of those opportunities. Each of these opportunities also has a dedicated department to help you navigate them. We do understand that the numbers may be big, but we want to focus on you building community and finding the resources that are perfect for your college experience. Now, those are just 3 of the biggest programs and opportunities that we have to offer, but at Illinois, like I mentioned, you create the experience that you'll want to have. So whether that's being actively engaged in our community, in the Champaign-Urbana surrounding community, whether that's with Big Ten athletic programs, we have 19 Division I programs, club sports, intramural sports, student organizations, things to do on and off campus, the opportunities are expansive and endless. So you'll definitely have a great 4 years of experience at the University of Illinois. Now I'm going to flip and talk a little bit about our application process. This slide was from this past year, the 2021-2022 school year. So generally, every year the application opens up on September 1st, and we usually offer a priority admission deadline. This past year was November 1st. We do strongly encourage you, if at all possible, to apply by the priority deadline to ensure the fullest consideration for any competitive majors, merit-based scholarships, and honors programs. If you missed that deadline, you can apply all the way up until early January. This past year was January 5th. And admission decisions come out on designated dates, so we don't offer rolling decisions. We'll release those decisions at the announced date. Usually the final date will be announced and notified to applicants a little bit, or once it gets a little bit closer to the time to release decisions. Now, once we get your application, we're looking for a couple of different things. I sort those into academic preparation, so you'll see that we consider grades, your course rigor, and we're also test optional. If you think your scores will benefit your application, feel free to send them. If you don't think so, or if you have any questions, you can rest assured that you will not be disadvantaged in any capacity for choosing not to send your scores. Test optional genuinely means optional for the University of Illinois. Now, we offer so many different activities and opportunities to engage on our campus. We want to see that students have taken those opportunities through their high school, and that's through whatever's available at your current school. Your extracurriculars, your short answers, your essay, those play a huge role in the review of your application to make sure that you understand your major and you have a genuine connection to it. So with that, I'm going to leave you all with our admissions office contact information. Any of the emails that go to admissions@illinois.edu will be sent directly to me. Again, I am your direct admissions counselor. If you have a more urgent matter and you'd like to speak with someone directly, feel free to give us a call at any time at the phone number you see on your screen. Our admissions website is also really helpful with the information that we provide. And if you want to follow us on social media, we have a ton of different opportunities, and we're always creating content to make sure that we can engage with our current and our prospective students. Thank you all for your time and enjoy the rest of your evening.
All right, thank you. Next up, we will have St. John's Catholic Newman Center at Newman Hall.
Great. Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to come and visit with you this evening. My name is Tristan Pizarchik. I'm the Director of Operations at St. John's Catholic Newman Center. We're a little bit different than each of the other presenters tonight in that we're not a university, we're on a campus of the university. And so it's great to come after Keenan tonight to talk about the faith atmosphere on the University of Illinois campus. One of the great opportunities that Newman Centers are going to be on pretty much every major public university campus throughout the country. In all of the other folks that are speaking tonight, I am aware of Newman Centers on their campuses that have a vibrant Catholic community to be a part of. And so you really can find your place to continue to grow in your faith journey throughout your college time. When we look at St. John's Catholic Newman Center, one of the things that makes us unique is that we have both a ministry arm as well as a residence hall. And at Newman Hall, you're going to find a vibrant, inviting community, a ton of great events, programs, clubs to be a part of, and a great group of staff that are there to support in that physical, social, academic, and spiritual needs. Just like Keenan was talking about, that support structure that's there to help you be successful in your college time. We are right in the heart of campus. We're half a block off the main quad. And as a student there, when I was living at Newman Hall and did my undergrad at U of I, it was great to be able to roll out of bed and make it to my class in just a few minutes. Now, the beautiful thing about St. John's Catholic Newman Center is it's a Catholic community in the heart of a Big Ten campus. So you get all of those benefits that Keenan talked about of the Big Ten college experience, the academics, the social life, the sports, all of those kinds of things. And you also have a faithful Catholic community to be a part of. And what most Newman Centers you're going to find at the other locations that are speaking tonight as well is going to be a church that is focused on college students. I often joke that if you're used to your parish at home, we don't do a Sunday 8 a.m. mass because we know college kids don't get up at 8 o'clock on Sunday morning. We have a 9 p.m. Sunday mass because we know that that is what is geared at around your life and around your activities. You'll find other students that are continuing to want to grow in their faith. There's no kind of bar to enter wherever you're at in your faith journey. Our goal is to help you take a few more steps closer and grow closer to Christ and connect you with those resources. At our Newman Center, you'll find daily mass, daily adoration, confession. We've got 5 different masses over the weekend, each with its own music style, its own kind of feel, and so you can find the place that is comfortable with you. You're also going to find, again, other college students. Very few community members come to our church, so we don't do things for little kid ministry or elderly stepping out club. We are focused on college students. We have retreats and Bible studies, fellowship opportunities, and just a ton of ways to continue to have that support and that encouragement as you come off through college. At the Newman Center, you're going to find, again, that unique thing about our Newman Center is that we actually have the residence hall attached to it as well. And so we have everything from traditional dorm style to more suite style living. We've got great dining on site, fresh and enjoyable food options, great amenities, study space, housekeeping, networking, all that kind of stuff, fitness center. Again, so many ways to get involved in the community, to build those friendship and that faith. And I know for me, I came from a very small Catholic high school in Central Illinois, St. Bede Academy, and my graduating class was 75, and coming down to U of I, it was a little daunting, such a large university. But what made it home for me was the Newman Center and Newman Hall. I made some great connections there. I ultimately met my wife there, got married there, and I've been back on the staff now for quite a few years. And it is so great to see the way that students continue to grow in their involvement here. You can see a handful of some of the fun activities, whether it's a barn dance that the students go off and do, the guys there playing the guitar were at an open mic night, bonfires across the street, participation in intramurals, all of those kind of that social side, that support. We also can connect you with other resources. We have a lot of upperclassmen that stay with our facility. And so if you need to know who's a good professor to take, what is this class that I should watch out for, you've got RAs and support structure there as well. I know that, again, being a unique city in the Newman Center here, I want to encourage you that wherever you grow and wherever you find yourself next year, you look out for your Newman Center. I hope that you come to U of I and you come stay and be a part of our Newman Center. If you choose other universities, look for that Newman Center as a place to continue to develop and to stay connected to the faith that you've grown in your high school time, and really be able to take ownership of that as an adult. A little bit of the high points: we've got a variety of room styles and rates, a whole lot more information if you come to our website. If you're coming down on campus, I know the Illini visit days are coming up and admitted student days, things like that. Please stop by for a tour. We're open Monday through Saturday for tours from 11 to 5. And we would love to show you around, introduce you to some of our current students, and help them be able to connect with you and answer your specific questions. So thank you for your time, and I look forward to answering any questions towards the end.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. So next up, we have the University of Illinois, Springfield.
Hello, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'm going to give you a little bit of overview about UIS. So we are a public liberal arts institution. There are only 27 of us in the United States. And so it allows us to really focus on the skill sets that employers are looking for after graduation. So as a graduate of UIS, you will have not only the knowledge base within your major, but also those transferable skills. They're going to make you a strong candidate in the competitive work environment today. So we're going to be focusing on communication, analytical, problem solving, and real world settings in each of your classes. So we have a history of being that university educating public servants and leaders. Located in the state capitol, you have access to politicians, different decision makers, state agencies, nonprofit organizations, lots of other opportunities that are available for hands-on and engaged learning. So that, again, when you graduate, you have that deep skill set available to you and are a strong candidate going into the workforce or into graduate school. Now, while we are part of the University of Illinois system, we are very different than our two sister schools. So we are a much smaller institution. We only have about 4,000 students on our campus, both undergraduate and graduate combined. And we are a very student-focused campus. We don't have any large lecture halls on our campus. Most of our classrooms are about 25 students each. A handful hold about 40. There are 2 that hold about 75, but our professors really try to avoid those classes because they want to get to know you as that individual student. When our faculty members are writing letters of recommendation for our student, they're able to speak about you as an individual. It's not going to be the generic form letters that you might see coming from much larger institutions or coming from a large business where you might have an internship. You're going to get that very personal attention at UIS. We offer 47 different bachelor's programs, 50 different master's programs, and a wide variety of graduate certificates. And we do have a lot of students that will continue to stay on and work on their master's degree at UIS as well. Some of our popular programs are on the screen here: business, accounting, finance, computer science, and data analytics. Our faculty members work with the National Security Agency at the federal level, doing different programming and in close connection with the FBI down the street. Public affairs and political science are huge. And again, that criminology, criminal justice, legal studies, that kind of public service aspect. One really unique thing about UIS, especially if you're looking into going to law school, is we do have the Illinois Innocence Project on our campus. And what makes it even more unique is that because we don't have a law school at UIS, it's undergraduate students who are working with wrongfully convicted individuals and working to overturn that conviction. So you're getting that hands-on experience as that undergraduate student, while most innocent projects are reserved for those who are already in law school. We have been named the #1 public regional university in Illinois for the last 8 years. So we are, again, providing that great education, world-class service to our students, both in and out of the classroom. And our students are graduating with a very low debt level. We have tons of opportunities for our students to get engaged with campus. So while we may not be a research institution, our faculty are still engaged in those research opportunities and want our students to be part of those opportunities as well. So these are just a few of the opportunities to do research and various types of collaboration for our students on campus, whether it's working out at Emiquon, one of our research stations that we have about an hour from campus, or doing work on Lake Springfield right next to us. You can help in our library. You can help at the State Policy and Leadership Center, or participate in a variety of different study abroad programs to, again, engage in that world horizon and give yourself that good, well-rounded education. On campus, we have over 90 different clubs and organizations. And if there's something that students want to get involved with and we don't have a club or organization for that, you're welcome to form your own. And our student government office works with students for that aspect. We do have 17 different NCAA Division II teams that students are encouraged to be part of as well, and tons of different supports available for our students, whether it's the Office of Disabilities, Student Financial Services, our Career Service Center that helps prepare you for those practice interviews or looking at your resume or cover letter. Our Learning Hub that helps you with free tutoring on campus if you need assistance in a class, Counseling Center, and our Health Services Center. Though this is just a few of those different options we have. Every campus has their own campus traditions, and here is just a few of the ones we have. The picture you see here on the screen is actually from our Spring Fest, which is coming up in April. This is a week-long tradition on campus where students form different teams. You come up with a chant, and there's different activities that change from year to year, but it always ends in a giant tug of war over a mud pit. And this is the highlight of the spring semester for our students. So it's a great way for them to relax right before final exams and just enjoy the company of their friends and getting engaged with different parts of the community. So for the admission process, we are on the common application like all of the other state institutions, but we also do have our own application on our website. We don't have preference of one over the other, so whichever is easier for you, that's fine. We are test optional as well. And we operate on rolling admission. So as you submit your application, we're going to review it and provide you with that admissions decision, usually within a couple of weeks. For this upcoming year, we are going to have a priority deadline of December 1st. And with that, we are looking at waiving all of our application fees through December 1st. We do offer guaranteed scholarships to students as well as athletic and music scholarships just by applying. So definitely keep an eye out for those. And if you aren't able to visit campus, we do have a virtual tour on our website. So, but we hope you'll be able to come down and see us and enjoy our beautiful campus. So thank you very much.
Thank you. So next up, we are going to have Illinois College.
Well, good evening. Good evening, folks. I'm John Tomaso. I'm one of the associate directors of admission at Illinois College. We're a small private liberal arts school in central Illinois. We're about 30 minutes away from the school you just heard from, Rebecca, with UIS. We're just west of Springfield, Jacksonville, Illinois. I'm going to share my screen and show you a little bit about Illinois College. And I hope that you will stay on with questions. So there will be some Q&A afterwards. So do stay with us. And also I want to say this, it's 8:21. Thank you for sticking around as long as you have. We appreciate it. I think we are the last session for tonight. So a bit about our school. Try to get this baby rolling. Here we go. Okay, so Jacksonville. So you can see from the photograph here, it's a beautiful old campus, and you'll see that date, 1829. We were the first college formed in the state of Illinois. Lots of tradition, lots of history at Illinois College. We're about 1,150 students, if I didn't say that. We emphasize small, engaging, interactive classes, though the campus is 66 acres. I was really impressed the first time I went to campus myself and amazed at the size of the campus and the amenities for a small private school. It's pretty impressive. We're also about 90% residential. We have students that come from many places, lots of different states, and some record numbers for us of international student enrollment in recent years. So really a nice mix of students from all over, lots of first generation students these days, many students who speak a second language on a daily basis. At the end of the presentation, I'm going to kind of talk a bit about what we really talk about a lot at IC is to graduate ready. What does that really mean? So I'm going to kind of wrap up with that in just a couple of minutes. Here we are in the Midwest in relation to some of the other cities. You're looking at a photograph of our town square. Back in the day, there was the old courthouse and old historic buildings around that town square. Today, most of those buildings around the town square will occupy restaurants and bars and coffee houses and places like that. We were voted one of the most charming college towns in the nation. Really a beautiful town, a safe town. About 20,000 people there in Jacksonville. Certainly students, you learn in the classroom, right? By taking notes, having lectures, taking tests. We want you to close your books. We want you to leave our campus and apply what you've learned by doing your own work. And you'll hear this from lots of colleges you have already tonight. Ways in which you learn outside the classroom, which is a really important way to complete your college education. Internships are vital for everyone, and we have plentiful opportunity in all of our majors. Opportunity to be involved on campus and also in our community. On campus, to be involved to meet new people, develop new relationships, but also to develop leadership skills, to be involved off campus with some of our service learning opportunity where you'll help people in our community, though it's related to what you're studying. So kind of a neat way to a new approach of learning. International travel, we offer that, as well as domestic travel, which we call breakaway trips. We just wrapped up our spring break, and one of our biology professors had a group of students with him down in the Florida Keys doing some marine biology research. So just one example of the breakaway trips we do. Each student at IC has a $1,000 stipend to use for their breakaway trip. If you're in the honors program, your trip is completely paid for, whether it's in South Florida or it's in Spain or Argentina or wherever that might be. But also research. We are an undergraduate school, but we emphasize the opportunity to do research. And it's not just a student in a lab coat in front of a microscope. It could be an English major. It could be a sociology major doing research within their field of study. Again, an important way to apply what you learned before you graduate. We're small by design. We keep our classes small so they're engaging, they're interactive. Your professors at IC will do more than simply teach. They'll serve as your mentor. They serve as your faculty advisor. They'll help facilitate your research and really work closely with you over your 4-year experience. So a very relationship-centered experience at IC. NCAA Division III athletics. So I know we're probably the smallest school here tonight, but we still do have some phenomenal athletics and some really beautiful facilities for our sports, probably the nicest athletic facilities in our conference. To apply, 3 ways to apply for admission. Many of you will use the Common App. We certainly are part of that. Many of you might know about a newer platform, the Coalition application. Also, we're a member of that, and certainly our own web-based application, which is pretty quick and easy. We've been test optional, not for a year or two like most colleges. We've been test optional now for about 12 years. So the rigor of your classes, your performance in your classes at Ignatius really mean the most to us as we make decisions. Scholarships are plentiful. They go up to full tuition. They're automatic and they're based on your weighted GPA from high school. Again, test scores don't play into this at all. We're definitely an affordable option, and you'll be surprised. Often your net cost can be less at IC than what you're paying right now at St. Ignatius. Students unable to file a FAFSA, we work with the Dream US organization. And certainly reach out. I'll give you my email address in a minute. I am your admission counselor. But let me talk for a minute about graduate ready. I started with that. And in the Jesuit tradition of learning it holistically, right? Learning how things are interconnected. And that's what a liberal arts education is all about. That's what we're all about at IC. Learning how to continue to learn, because students, when you graduate college, you're not going to walk across the stage, receive your diploma and say, okay, I'm done learning. We all continue to learn and to adapt every day of our lifetime. And that's what lifelong learning is all about. And certainly that's the emphasis with us at IC. So thanks very much. And again, I'll supply my name and email in just a moment in the chat.
All right, thank you so much. So next up is Eastern Illinois University.
Okay, thank you very much. Hi, everyone. My name is Isabel Garcia. I am one of the Chicago Regional Admission Counselors here at Eastern Illinois University, and I'm super excited to share some information about EIU to hopefully help guide you in your college search process. So probably good for you guys to know that we are one of the public regional universities here in the state of Illinois. We are located in Charleston, Illinois, which is in East Central Illinois, just about 45 minutes south of UIUC's campus. We were founded in 1895 as a normal school, and so we were founded as a teacher's college a little over 125 years ago, and we definitely have very strong programs in education, offering everything from birth through secondary education. Over the years, we have expanded and we do offer several other majors and minors, but we definitely are most known for our education programs. Our size, we are technically considered a mid-sized university, so we are not too big, but we're also not too small. We really feel like we're that perfect size for our students to be successful. Our enrollment currently is sitting at about 8,600 students. We do offer about 90 different majors and minors here at EIU. Outside of education, some popular programs are our 4-year nursing degree program, majors within our School of Business and Technology, psychology is another big one, as well as kinesiology and exercise science, just to name a few. So academics at EIU, our faculty is really here to teach our students. That's kind of been at our core and within our culture here at EIU. 100% of our classes are taught by full-time faculty, not graduate students. So you're not going to find yourself in a class that's being taught by a graduate student or a teacher's assistant. You will be taught by those experts. Our student to faculty ratio is about 14:1, and 97% of our classes do have fewer than 40 students. So again, if you thrive in a smaller learning environment and you really want to get to know your professors as well as the other students in your classes, that's definitely what you're going to find here at EIU. So not only do we want students to want to come to EIU and ultimately end up enrolling, but we also want to make sure that when you're here, you are successful. So we're very much invested in your future, and we have a ton of services on our campus to help our students kind of along the way. So we have something on our campus called Career Services, and they help students with a multitude of things. Career Services can help students find internship opportunities. They help students write their resumes, cover letters, practice interviews. They also help students who might be undecided in their major. So if that's you at home and you don't really know what you want to major in at this point, that's okay. If you decide to attend EIU, you have plenty of time to decide, and we have so many resources that can help you figure out what your path is going to be. 88% of EIU undergrads are securing employment in a professional position or making plans to attend graduate school within 6 months of graduating. So I think that's the biggest takeaway here, is that, yes, you want to go to college and have a great experience, but also at the end of the day, you want to make sure that you have a job or are making plans to continue your education. And so with that, we were actually ranked as the #1 public university in Illinois for getting a job in 2020, according to Zippa.com. Outside of academics, there are a ton of different opportunities for student involvement on campus. We do have about 200 plus registered student organizations at EIU that vary on a very large spectrum. We do have an active Greek life on our campus, volunteer groups, faith-based organizations. We also have an esports team and an esports arena. So I guarantee whatever your interests are, we probably have something for you. We also have a fitness and recreation center, as well as 40 plus different club and intramural sports that is also run through our fitness and rec center that is free for students to use. And we are Division I in athletics within the NCAA. And then lastly, we do have 600 different study abroad programs that we offer at EIU. Couple of different ways our students are doing study abroad. One way is some students will go with faculty on faculty-led study abroad programs specific for their major, but we also have students that are doing independent study abroad programs as well, and are going abroad for as long as an entire semester or as little as 3 weeks over the summer. So a lot of flexibility depending on what your needs and interests are. Okay, I'm just going to jump to some scholarships to save time. But I do want to mention that we do offer automatic merit scholarships here at EIU, and we are not considering SAT or ACT scores for our merit scholarships. So as you can see on this matrix, our merit scholarships start at a 3.0. So if you have anywhere between a 3.0 to a 4.0 GPA, we will take weighted or unweighted. You will automatically earn a merit scholarship from EIU. And then we also, in addition, have our AIM High bonus. So for any freshman or transfer student that has a 3.3 GPA, those students will also receive an additional $500 if they meet the following requirements. So you have to be an Illinois resident, admitted to EIU as a full-time student, and you have to have your financial aid package by April 1. Keep in mind, these are not the only scholarships that we offer here at EIU. These are just the ones that happen automatically upon admission. So your next steps, if you are a junior this year, is to complete an application. We are on the Common App as well as our website application, and we don't prefer either application, whichever one works best for you. And our application is also free. And then over to the right hand of the screen, you can see our admission requirements. For test optional, we're looking for students that have at least a 2.8 GPA. And then we also have our test reported admission requirements as well. And with that, I will wrap up and pass it along to our friends at Western Illinois University. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Western Illinois, you're up.
All right, thank you so much. My name is Katie Gorsuch, and I am the Associate Director for Admissions at Western Illinois University. Now, hopefully you can see my screen. I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about Western in general, as well as some of our different processes like scholarships and admissions. Now, just to give you a quick snapshot of Western, in case you aren't familiar with us, we do have 2 campuses. We have our main campus in Macomb, Illinois, which is about 3.5 hours from Chicago. Now, this is our full campus that has residence halls, our majority of our academic programs and organizations. We do have a second campus in Moline, Illinois, about an hour and a half north of Macomb, that does have a select number of programs available. So we do have a variety of opportunities at Western, whether you choose the Macomb campus or Quad Cities. Now, between both campuses, we have about 7,500 students. So Western's definitely a place you can go to have a lot of great opportunities in terms of organizations, scholarships, and other things, but you get that close-knit community feel, whether you're in Macomb or the Quad Cities. We have over 60 programs to choose from. Now, these go into a different array of fields, so I'll talk about that a little bit more later. But overall, the majority of our classes are going to be taught by those full-time faculty, so that you're going to be taught by those experts in their fields. And you're going to have those small class sizes, with our average class size being about 18. So you definitely can have a personalized experience at Western. And it's the one thing I've really loved about the university community, being a student there and now working there, is that people know you by name. You can definitely build relationships with your classmates and the faculty and staff, but you still get the amazing opportunities that you might see at a larger university. Now, I mentioned our 60 programs. We have 4 areas that these fall into: arts and sciences, business technology, education and human services, and fine arts and communication. Now, some of our most popular programs include law enforcement and justice administration. We're one of the top 6 in the nation. We also have psychology, including general psychology and forensic psychology. We have a nursing program. We have agriculture, and then we have a very strong music program. So there's a great variety at Western, lots of different opportunities to choose from, but you do not have to have a major selected when you apply to Western. So if you are undecided and wanting to kind of feel your way, once you get to campus, you definitely have that opportunity to take some courses and really discover what's going to be the best fit for you. Now, outside of the classroom, there's lots of different ways that you can get involved on campus. We have over 225 student organizations, everything from leadership organizations to volunteer organizations, student government association, fraternities and sororities, and the list really goes on and on. So most likely we have something for you on campus. And I'd really encourage you to explore our website and look at that full list and see some of the opportunities that might appeal directly to you. We also are NCAA Division I school, so we have 17 teams on campus, and then we also have club sports and intramural sports on campus. So a good range of opportunity if you're interested in sports opportunities. We also have our new digital rec center that opened up in the fall. So this is an amazing facility where you can go and game and do a bunch of different things with your friends or compete. And it's free to students. You just go on in with your student ID. And this is in addition to our fitness center that we have. So lots of things you can be doing on campus. And we also have on-campus job opportunities. So you can get involved in whatever way really fits you. Now, we also pride ourselves in offering lots of great scholarship opportunities. We know that that cost of college can be something that you're looking to deter with financial aid and other items. In Western, we have a lot of automatic scholarships, ones that you receive just for applying to Western and being admitted to the university. Our Western Commitment Scholarship is based on your cumulative high school GPA. And so if you have a 3.3 GPA or above on a 4.0 scale, you automatically qualify for this. It's $3,000 a year. If you have a 3.3 GPA, then it goes up as your GPA goes up. So it goes to a $6,000 a year scholarship if you have a 3.6, and then goes up to $8,000 a year if you have a 3.9 GPA. So it's definitely an amazing scholarship opportunity you can receive at Western. We also have our Chicago Leatherneck Scholarship. So just for being from the Chicagoland area, you can receive our $1,000 Chicago Leatherneck Scholarship, which is for 4 years as well. A few others that we have our Leatherneck Visitor Scholarship. So if you visit campus, which we would love to have you, we have several in-person opportunities as well as virtual ones, you will receive an $1,000 visitor scholarship. And this is in addition to all the other scholarships we offer at the university that you can apply for. So definitely check out those and see what you may be eligible, because we have organizations and departments that have some more specific opportunities at Western. Now, when you're ready to apply to Western, which we hope you do consider, especially if you're a junior or senior right now, thinking about that timeline, we are on the Common App, but we also have our own application. It only takes about 10 to 15 minutes to submit. We are test optional, so it's not going to ask you for test scores. We just look primarily at GPA. If you have a 2.75 GPA on a 4.0 scale, you're automatically admitted to Western. And if your GPA is between the 2.0 to 2.74, we will review and may request additional information. Now, if you would like to transfer to Western, we do have our transfer admissions requirements up there. We would definitely love to connect with you early to help you with that transfer process and stay in contact with you, even if it's 2 years before you'd actually be starting at Western. We are rolling admissions at Western, so you can apply anytime your senior year or up to a year out. So definitely take a look at the application and let us know if you need assistance with your next steps or the process. I have our contact information up there on the screen. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much. So if I could ask all the representatives to come back on the screen, we have a few minutes, and so I want to pose a question, maybe we might just get to one based on our time, so that we can hear from you a little bit more. So the question I would love to ask you is, what myth would you like to debunk about the college admission process? And we'll answer in the same order that we presented.
Yeah, so I would say that in terms of myths, that the college application process or the search process is one size fits all. Every school is looking for something differently, and so every application process is going to be different. And I think that students should be evaluating things based on what that process looks like and what they find out about the school. So with Illinois, we see a lot of, essays that may have been repetitively used, and that's something that I would definitely advise against, because most schools can tell that, this is a general essay, and we're truly looking for students that want to be on our campuses.
I guess I don't typically go through the admissions process myself, not being in a university setting, but I would say that the thing that sticks out in my head is maybe the idea that you have to choose between Catholic university and not having that faith support. And I think one of the things that Newman centers really provide you an opportunity at any of these universities to continue to grow in your faith and to have that, as well as have the phenomenal academic resources that all of them are talking about here. And so I really like to think that you can have both and continue to be successful. Thank you.
I think I'd like to echo kind of what Kina said is, making sure that you find that right fit institution, and that to know that counselors really do read your application. That's our chance to get to know you. So make sure that you provide a good example of you and not just a writing sample from one of your English classes. And if you are applying through a Common App, just know that that essay is going to multiple schools. So you may not want to mention a specific school name in that essay. Having worked for the University of Florida, I saw lots of applications for students wanting to go to Georgia. So just keep that in mind as you're going through different things. Make it as personal as you can, and allow the institutions to get to know you as that individual student, because it is more than just grades.
Well, I'll say this, as the only private institution with us this session, I think I should make a plug for or clarify the fact that a private education can be just as affordable as a public education, right? Even though you hear a price tag, we're what, $46,310 next year. As I said earlier, your net cost is what it's all about. And often the net cost can be less than a year at St. Ignatius. So students, the sky's the limit. If you like the college, if you qualify for admission, don't worry about the price tag, at least not initially. Apply, see what the offer is going to be. It's all about your net cost, not the full price. So private schools can be affordable. And let me take a quick moment to say thank you to Tristan. I think it's important. I know when I went away to college to a large state university, the first thing we did when we got to town, my dad took me to the Newman Center and made sure I knew where that was. And so certainly we have that at Illinois College. Most schools do. And as Catholic students, if you are Catholic at Ignatius, I think it's an important thing to look for in your experience over the next 4 years. So thank you.
I definitely agree with what everyone else is saying, echo everything. Just a different perspective, because I went through my college search not too long ago, but I think I was constantly listening to all this background noise from my parents and my friends and, what colleges they thought were going to be a good fit for me. And so I think it's just important for you guys that are on this call to remember that this is your search, this is your college search, this is your journey, and make the decision that's going to be the best for you, right? Like mom and dad aren't going to college with you. This is for you. So just make sure that you take that extra time to really figure out what's important to you and what you want out of the next 4 years.
And I'll just add one more thing, being the last one. I think one thing that I never knew as a student, and I think a lot of students sometimes think, is you can't ask questions to your admissions counselor unless like they're emailing you or texting you, unless they're initiating it. Please ask us questions, even if you haven't even started the application. I think that's so key, and something sometimes we don't think we're supposed to do is actually reach out to that person who's giving you a business card. And that admissions counselor, admissions staff person is going to be so key. And that's what we do. I mean, we love to do it. I think all of us on here would agree that we love to answer the questions. And I know personally, I love when students still text me, even when they are students on campus, because they have that phone number. And I think they think admissions is just everyone on campus. So, I mean, that's what we do, is we're used to asking or answering any and all questions. And that's really our role, is to serve as the entryway, the gatekeepers, and really help you and make you feel comfortable going into the university and making sure you get those questions answered.
Absolutely. I hope you took some notes on that section, because they just gave you some nuggets of information. So thank you so much to our presenters, and also for our participants here today. When you close your window, there'll be a link for a quick 5-question survey. Let us know what you think. We want to hear your feedback. This session has been recorded along with the sessions before this. So you can find this recording and any of the ones that you missed back at strivescan.com/Ignatius. So thank you so much. Have a good night. Bye.